All right. It has become so clear that there is no government in Nigeria. It has become very, very clear that there is no government operating in Nigeria. When we were saying all of these, after they forcefully take over power, grab the power, and went to Aso-Rock, when we were continuing saying all of this, that there is no government in Nigeria, some people thought maybe we don't like a particular individual or we hate a particular section of the country. That's why we were shouting all of that. And run up to the 2023 general election, when we were shouting, saying that this person currently grabbing power in Aso-Rock right now has not what it takes to rule Nigeria, because if you look at his past records, all his dealings, the past records, everything surrounding him is fraud. He's not straightforward. He's a fraudulent person. He's surrounded with criminality. He has no good intention. And even the word he said he acquired, it was stolen from Nigeria's coffer. Some people began to attack us, say we were being tribalistic. In fact, I remember there was a video I made run up to the 2023 general election. Some people were saying that because I am from the eastern part of the country, that's why I am supporting Peter Obi. And I made it clear to them that I am not an Igbo man. I am not from the southeast. That's what people normally say, though. They said I look like people from the southeastern state. So they thought I was someone from, the southeastern state. That's why I was supporting Peter Obi. I made it clear to them on the comment section that I am not from the southeast. I am from Edo State, which shows that I was not rooting for Obi because I was from the southeast. I was rooting for Obi because I know he's the most qualified candidate for that job. This is what we are saying. We are telling you that this person you are clamoring for because tribalism have blinded your face, it's not qualified for the job. He has not what it takes. He has nothing. He has no plan for you. His aim is to come destroy Nigeria the more from where Buhari stopped. We were attacked on social media that we are being tribalistic, that we hate Tinubu. Now the repercussion has come. What I mean the repercussion has come is this. Now you see the terrorism now, the insecurity now shifted to the southwest. Now the southwestern people are being terrorized. Just last 2 weeks, about 46 kids were kidnapped from a school. Now they are still in the bush with the kidnappers, to the extent that one of the teachers was beheaded. As we speak now, no action has been taken from the so-called president. And now, the people that come from the southwest, whom I assume they voted for this guy, whom I assume were supporting this guy in 2023, they have now come to social media to begin to shout for help. Whom are you shouting? Asking to help you. When we were shouting in 2023 that this has nothing to do with tribalism, this has nothing to do with religion, it has everything to do with Nigeria becoming working again. All these things fell into deaf ears. And I'm very sure if it has not affected you guys from the southwestern part of the country, you would have come out to shout that this guy is not fit to rule. It is not very clear to you that it is not fit to rule. After the damage that be done. Now, to make it evil, so annoying and worse, the so-called president, while all this thing is going on, the kids are being kidnapped in the bush. The useless son called Sheyi went for this, what they call one of the useless cultural I don't know what they call it in the southern part, southwest of the country, what they call it in Oyo State, in the same Oyo State that these kids were kidnapped from. And the same people from Oyo State came out to grace that occasion. I saw on social media, someone from the Southwest was ranting on social media that people still goes to work, that people still go to market. So people's lives should cease because of your stupidity. So people's lives should not exist because you are paying for your stupidity. And yet your people had the guts, the mind to celebrate. Even while these kids were in the bush with the kidnappers, and the stupid son called the son of the so-called president came out, opened his dirty mouth to say that his father should be given more, that he's doing well. And if you don't know, the amount of money they spent in protecting that idiot called the president's son, that amount of money would have been enough for logistics to plan for how those kids will be rescued. Listen to me. The amount of money they spent that day, I am not saying the one they've been spending since these kids were kidnapped. That same day went to that useless cultural whatever you were doing on your state. The amount they spent in protecting that idiot, the taxpayers' money they spent, that amount would have been enough to plan for how those kids will be released. This is the same person, even as I speak now, some of you still defend that I should come back in 2027. Well, like I said, most of you have not seen anything yet. You have not seen anything yet. If you like, your brain should reset and come, let's join our hands together to kick out these criminals in Aso-Rock. Because like I said, right from when they forcefully grabbed the power, I said, Nigeria has no government. I have been saying it. Go watch my videos. There is no government in Nigeria. What you have in Nigeria is a criminal enterprise, a criminal gang headed by the head of a drug cartel. That's it. What you have in Nigeria right now is a criminal gang that is headed by a drug cartel sitting now in Aso-Rock. That's what you have. This is why you have the situation of insecurity, the situation of poverty, the situation of, the Nigeria situation has degenerated to this extent. Now, as I speak to you, while the 46 kids are in school are inside the bush with, 2 teachers or 3 teachers remaining in the bush, just recently, not 2-3 days back, a major general in the Nigerian army has been kidnapped. As I speak to you now, I am not surprised. Well, I am not trying to wish the military bad, but they deserve it because they are part of the mess we are facing right now in Nigeria. I don't care who we have hurt. They deserve whatever is happening to them. I think the kidnappers are beginning to do the right thing. And I am sending this message to you in the government, the so-called government, the National Assembly, the presidency, all of you. You see the trajectories, the way it's going now. If they can capture the military, a top general, a major general, so you are just a summer fish for them. They are coming after you. I once saw a video. I thought that video was a joke, that they said they will not begin to capture the military and the politicians, and they are beginning to, bring to pass their word. And I am very happy about that. And I think the next people they will go for are these dirty politicians. They are coming for you. When they begin to touch each and every one of you, then you will know that, in fact, what they say that the evil that men do live after, no, it will live with them right now. It will soon get to you. Now, the military, a major general, is currently in the bush with these kidnappers. And as I speak to you now, no effort, nothing has been done. And I see that some of you are surprised. Why are you surprised? Is it not in? I mean, it's like sometimes most of you forget so soon. It's in that same country in Nigeria that chief of army staff, have you forgotten Alex Badi, that was killed like a common thief along Nasarawa Road. Till today, nobody has been brought to book. Small kids, they stop his car on his way and gun him down. Till today. And that same Alex Badi, when he was out of military, when Buhari recently took over, he was running his mouth all over the place that Jonathan did not fund the military. This same Alex Badi, when Jonathan was in power, he was praising him. Meanwhile, the money Jonathan was pumping in the military, they were siphoning it. The same Alex Badi siphoning the money. But Nemesis caught up with him. I am not trying to see it as a jail, but what I'm trying to say is that many of you that are involved in this havoc and this kill is going on because insecurity in Nigeria is a business. The military are part of it. The so-called government are part of it. It's a plan. It's a game. They are using it to make money. So it has come back to hurt them. So I am not pitying for any military that they kidnap. No, not at all. Because they are part of this mess we find Nigeria today. So if many of you are surprised that this guy, the current, the major general is kidnapped, are surprised, I'm just bringing your memory back to what happened to if a retired chief of staff, the person that was heading Judy Jonathan, chief of army staff, was killed like a common thief along Nasarawa Road. So this is just something that should not surprise you. And again, even before now, many military army officers that have been killed. In fact, there was one that when a military officer was ambushed, have you forgotten that? He was ambushed and narrowly escaped. He called his colleague to come save him. The same colleague that he called revealed his location. He was later, killed with same people he was running away from. So why are you surprised? Why are you surprised that a major general has been kidnapped right now? So that is to tell you that Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is a failed state. There is no government in Nigeria. So it's beginning to clear to you that you have no government. What you have is a criminal enterprise headed by a drug cartel. The leader of a drug cartel sitting right now in Aso-Rock. The reason I'm bringing this video to you is to tell you that you have a chance to redeem yourself, particularly people from the southwest, whatever part of the country. If you like, still bring out your tribal bygone. Support someone that is absolutely has no plan for you. He doesn't care whether you are killed, whether you are taken away from, whether you are destroyed, whether your business is destroyed. He doesn't care whether you feed. He doesn't care whether you live in poverty. He doesn't care. What he cares about is to continue to loot Nigeria's wealth to favor his family and his cronies. Ask yourself the loan that has been borrowed, the money that has been borrowed from different part of the world. What has Tinubu used to do is he to prepare himself to manipulate the 2027 general election. If you don't know, because most of you don't do research, the recent loan he applied for $1.5 billion US. Now, the part of the loan was given to him from the World Bank. Now, because Nigeria cities a troop to the World Bank Twitter handle, telling them not to give Tinubu loan, to the extent that the World Bank blocked their Twitter handle for Nigeria not to send messages. Before then, the message has gotten to them. Now, the World Bank gave criteria before we give you the remaining loan. Meanwhile, about 715 million US dollars has already been disbursed to Tinubu. Now, the World Bank now gave a kind of criteria before we disburse the remaining part of the loan. Give us a blueprint, what you have done with what we're giving you and what you are able to do with what the remaining loan will give you. Tinubu could not give them anything. Because of that, they said they don't need the loan anymore. You see what I mean? And this loan from the initials, from onset, was they told the World Bank that this law will be used to, improve electricity in Nigeria. The same electricity the so-called president said, if he come into power, if he cannot fix electricity, he should not be voted for. If he asks for Nigeria to vote for him to return, he should not be voted for. That same electricity now, he requested for loan to do it, and now they're asking him, tell us how you will use this money and what we've given to you. Tell us how you've used it. They couldn't say it. They couldn't have anything to give. They categorically told the World Bank that they don't need the loan anymore because they could not provide anything. That is the government you said you are still hoping on. So some of you are daft. They could not tell the World Bank what to use the money for. That is to tell you they had no plan for that money. That money was to, in fact, the one they give it to them before, they've stolen it. Tinubu, those rights, they are distributed and everything. Where do you think the money come from? This money they used to protect that idiot Koshi. Where do you think the money come from? It is the loan that your generation will pay. That the loan your generation will pay. So that's why Tinubu could not collect the remaining loan. And that is to tell you, Nigeria, that your voice, your action count. That's to tell you that if you don't sit on the fence in this general and the 2027 general election, Tinubu cannot manipulate the 2027 general election because your voice is there. People are hearing your voice loud and clear. That was why the World Bank gave conditions for Tinubu before the remaining law will be given. Because you spoke loud, you spoke out, you participate. This is why I'm saying that none of you should sit on the fence. Let's all come together, kick Tinubu out. Tinubu is a criminal. Tinubu is a drug cartel. Tinubu has destroyed Nigeria to the extent that he wants to collect the soul of Nigeria before he leave Aso-Rock, if at all he's ready to leave. And I'm telling you guys that if Tinubu succeeds to manipulate himself back to power again in 2027, the next thing Tinubu will plan is life presidency. Whether you believe it or not, that is a fact. This is what we must stop in 2023, in 2027, sorry. That's why I'll be telling you that you don't need to sit on the fence. No, you don't need to sit on the fence. But if you just need to play by your tribal bigotry, by your tribal hatred for a candidate you know very well has the quality, a candidate that has not been found wanting, a candidate that has not stolen public fund since he came into politics. If you still want to begin to use tribal bigotry against him, the ball is on your court. And what you will see from 2027 and beyond, what you are seeing now is just a child's play. And I believe very well, if it's not affecting, the insecurity has not spread to the southwest right now, some of you would have come out to say nothing because you have been blindfolded by tribalism, by religion, by ethnicity. Now you are paying dearly for it. Like I said, you have got option. 2027 is just right around the corner. If you like, sit on the fence. If you like, say continue to play along ethnicity, religion, sentiment. A word is always enough for those that are wise. And for the election, I am continuing to say it, and I will continue to say this, that if any of you think the INEC or whatever, those youth corpers they will use, any youth corper they will use to come and manipulate election. I am telling you, if you love your life, stay away from it. Because what you are going to get, it is not something, this is not something that someone is threatening you, it's what you are going to get. Like I said, if you are planning to come manipulate election in any polling unit, if you go back alive, go to the church and thank God. Because what's going to happen to you, the people that sent you, they will not be able to save you. We are going to get Nigeria back in 2037, whether Tinubu and his cronies and his criminal gang likes it or not. And you can begin to see that Tinubu knows that he cannot manipulate the 2027 general election. Like I said, the so-called INEC chairman, we know you. We know everything about you. If you think you can do what Mahmoud did and go free, you are making a very big mistake. And for the so-called, and for all the useless professors they will use to announce figures, we are waiting for all of you. We know all of you. Because all of you are now enemies of Nigeria. Anybody that is planning to come and manipulate election, right from the polling unit to the coalition center, you are enemy of Nigeria and will treat you all the same. We are waiting. You think anybody's afraid to die? Nobody's out, because right now, what Nigeria, if death is even better than what most Nigerians are facing right now. So if you think anyone is afraid to die, you are joking. We are waiting. We are, like I said, I know the APC so good. You come and say, who is this? When the election comes, you will know exactly who I am. Like I said, I'm beginning to mobilize people from the polling unit, how we are going to defend our vote and defend ourselves. And for the killings in Nigeria, if you think Tinubu has planned for you, you are wasting, you can see very clear. So, if you like, don't prepare to defend yourself in any way. Defend yourself in any way you can. Anybody that comes to you, whether the military or whatever, comes to you in a way, in a manner that feels threatening to you, treat them the way you would treat terrorists. Defend yourself. Look for anything to defend yourself. And sometimes I see when they apprehend these Boko Haram terrorists, you bring them on video. Why are you doing that? What are you doing that for? To hand them over to their collaborators? To hand them to the police and the military who are their collaborators? So that they will continue to kill you? You know what to do when you get these guys apprehended. Do whatever you think they deserve. I don't need to tell you that. The same thing they are doing to you, do it to them immediately. Don't even bring them to social media. Do to them exactly what they are doing to millions of Nigeria right now. So forget them, they should be forgotten. You should know what I mean. I don't need to pronounce that. Because if you hand them over to the military, you are handing them over to the same criminals, to the collaborators. Handing them to whatever DSS, police, military, they are the same. They are the criminals killing you. So don't do that. Do the needful. And continue from now. If you think Tinubu will defend you, Tinubu has no plan for you. He doesn't care about you. So begin to defend yourself, whatever you have got. Defend yourself. That is the situation we are now right in Nigeria. If you cannot defend yourself, the ball is in your court. If you allow those riffraff, those miserable idiots who doesn't even have future to come waste your life, that is a cup of tea. We are going to get our country back in 2027. Like I said, Tinubu, Wike, and the so-called useless, fat belly, dull-looking INEC chairman. We are waiting for you guys in 2027. We are patiently waiting for you guys Look at the primary that the NDC just conducted. Primary was looking like a carnival. That is just a sign to tell you we are waiting. No matter how you want it, we are patiently waiting. Like I said, vote. Our election will be decided at the polling unit. No one is going to court. There is no court in Nigeria. Therefore, we are not going to court. We will decide our vote at the polling unit. And whoever is not ready to comply, like Peter Obi said, we will count the person. We are waiting. We are patiently waiting for you guys in 2027. Then, like I said, it's either Tinubu get out of Aso-Rock, we will force him out, we vote him out, or there will be no Nigeria. I have said it before, and I'm saying it again, because we can't continue like this. Tinubu is leading a criminal gang in Nigeria, not government. We have no government, we have criminal gang, which is led by Tinubu, who is the head of a drug cartel. And if you expect Nigeria to work under the leader of a drug cartel, you are wasting your time. So we have to fix it in 2027 and get ready. And most importantly, we are not just coming, we should not come on social media to make noise without you getting your PVC. Go get your PVC. That is the most important thing that will allow you to vote. Don't shout on social media, make noise. Go and get yourself registered. Now registration is going on. Good, but it's easy now. Like there was a registration center I see, nobody was there. Go and get your PVC. You have not gotten your PVC. That is the only way we can vote and defend your vote. Once you get your PVC, then the rest, just leave it for us and yourself to handle. And now, like I said, once the election is coming very closer, I'll be coming here to give you how we are going to defend ourselves and defend our vote. We are going to get our country back in 2027. Thank you once again for watching, and God bless you. Bye-bye.